Oracle Lighting sidetrack lights. How they doing? Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. Today, kind of wanted to go over the Oracle Lighting sidetrack lights just to take a quick look and see how they're doing, see what Randall thinks of them. We have him over here with this Jeep Gladiator Mojave, so it's a perfect time to take a look. If you're not familiar, maybe a couple months or so ago, Randall and I put these on. They're just kind of stuck onto the side, if I recall, right?
Yep.
And they hook into your turn signals, and you can see we have the 4-ways on right now. They're flashing. And then one other cool feature about these, when you open the doors, they provide lighting. There you go. We have the 4-ways on still. Those will go off. But you can see they provide side lighting so that you can see when you're getting in and out of the truck, like to step on the side steps here. So very handy, and they also provide visibility. I know one of the things that Randall's concerned about, and justifiably so, is people knowing what he's doing if he's going to do it. So these things light up. For instance, if there's somebody back behind him and they can't see his signal, this will light up a bit, or somebody maybe beside him that can't see the rear signal.
You can't, unless you're behind it or in front of it, you can't, this turn signal doesn't flash on the sides. So once their head gets here, until they get past the front, they have no idea that you're signaling.
Right, and
it's just unknown.
And I think you had mentioned that one time you were beside somebody and thought of this. You wanted to get over, or something was going on, and wondered why they either weren't letting you or whatever. And you thought, because they don't know what I'm doing.
They can't tell. They have no idea.
Right.
The lights also come on, like if you put your hand, if you start to open the door.
Nice.
And when the dome lights come on, they come on. So if you do a remote unlock or whatever as you're walking up to the vehicle, it lets you know if there's a puddle in the parking lot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it gives you something to where you can kind of see what's going on.
Right. Now, as far as the install on these, you did have to take off, and there's an install on the channel if you want to get into detail, but you had to take the inner fender liner off to access things behind there, the wiring and all that stuff. I would say, and we'll see if Randall agrees, the most difficult part of doing this was getting through the firewall to be able to connect into the wiring inside.
Going through that. One thing I did figure out, because we went through the firewall on both sides and hooked up to the dome lights, it would have been just as easy to run a patch of wire from where we connected on either side, choose one, and run it over to the other side, because it doesn't matter which dome light. Right now it's connected, this one's connected to this door latch, that one's connected to that door, but realistically the dome lights all come on, it doesn't matter which door. It would have been a whole lot easier than all the fishing going on. It would have knocked 30 minutes off the job.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
Just run a patch, choose one, and then run it over. You could run it back up underneath the cowling. You'd never see the wire. Zip it in real tight so that it has some covering, and it's real easy to do. It'd be a whole lot easier.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I saw a video somebody was doing, I don't know if it was this install or some other install, but they did the same thing. They mentioned that they were going to take the wiring in from that side and then run it across, as opposed to trying to get in from this side. A different application, but the same idea. And it dawned on me, for what you just said, why didn't we do that?
And it didn't occur to me till after I got home, but it was...
No, not at all.
Yeah. The other thing on it, there was a little bit of a gap on both sides, where it didn't really kind of fill in. I didn't want to try to peel and re-stick, but a little black silicone caulk is your friend, because that gap is now it's just got a seal on it.
Right.
And because this thing is black, it all blends in.
Exactly, and it even looks like it's a gasket under there.
It just looks like a gasket.
So.
And I had it there, I had it here, and On one side, you could actually, the other side, you could actually see a little bit of wiring. Well, you don't anymore. Now it's just all black. Silicone caulk, it'll last 30 years.
Right.
I won't have this truck 30 years.
Right. Okay, and one other thing, cost on this, I believe you said about $180. So if you're looking to do something like this, and as Randall and I were discussing earlier, really should come this way, I think, on the truck. It should come from the factory
with something, a blinker there. It really should.
I agree. Given the length of this thing and the fact that you can't see what people are doing when you're beside them or they're beside you, certainly is kind of a safety issue anyway.
And the little side marker lights don't flash.
Right.
If there was even a flash there, I wouldn't feel so bad, but it's just blank.
So bottom line, do you like it?
Oh yeah, it's one of the better things I've done.
Awesome. All right, leave a comment, let me know if you guys have done these, if you're considering it. I'd be curious to know what you think. Also, real quick, I have 2 additional channels. The first is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. And the second is Rob Motive Civic, all about my Honda Civic Sport hatch and the Honda Civic Type R. Do me a favor, check them out. If you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.